Hello, everybody. This is Mario. I'm doing my reflections again and memories of songs in my soundtrack of my life. And today we're doing After the Gold Rush by Neil Young. Neil Young used to be one of my favorite artists, singer in the, I think, 1970s, 71 when he first came out, before he joined or during the time of Crosby, Still, Nash and Young. And After the Gold Rush was one of my favorite songs. I would look for a radio that was playing that song all the time. And then I went to the States and I forgot about him. I got into other genre basically. Yeah, he was more in the acoustic folk kind, or acoustic rock sort of thing. And then I started getting into more jazz and funk and stuff like that. With a lot of horns and stuff like that, different genres, I guess. Then when was that? A few years ago, he did a concert in Seattle, and I decided to go watch that concert. Oh man, I forgot my. Sorry about that. I told you I was starting to get old because I keep forgetting my microphone. I should just put a. I'm in a small closet. That's why I have to put my microphone away so I get some space. But anyway, back to the story. Um, yeah, he came to Seattle, and me and my wife went to watch him. And when everybody was seated, all the lights were turned off. The spotlight was on Neil Young on his large piano, and the first song he sang was this song, After the Gold Rush. And when he sang that, I tell you, man, my uh, lot of memories came back, and how I love Neil Young. I used to. That's basically why I decided to play the guitar back then, was to learn his songs. I learned a few of his songs. It wasn't really that hard. It was basically an acoustic. You just have to learn the chords. Then I still remember thinking, after the gold rush, that was it's called. What happened after the gold rush? You know, Gold is something everybody chase, especially in the U.S. Where that's how the West was won. Basically, is from the East Coast. People decided to relocate or immigrate to the West Coast because of that gold rush. People were going to the West Coast to look for their gold and become millionaires or really rich. So what happened after the gold rush? And you know what happened in the West Coast? We got lots of ghost towns. When the gold disappear, what we're left with is towns that got abandoned basically, instead of the town. The towns usually start with a small town, and it grows and grows and grows and become a big city. But what happened with the gold rush is we got lots of small towns, especially in California or Nevada. There's so many ghost towns, because of the gold rush eras. So when I was younger, I thought life was going to be something big. I was raised to think big. Basically, my dad was a entrepreneur. He was a businessman. He had a construction company. So we were expected to excel, and it's like in a full movie. We're full of adventures, excitement, and maybe a little magic. I thought we were all headed somewhere important, that the future was just waiting for us to show up and do great things. That's how it was. Back then, everything seemed shiny. You're full of hope, promises, and every, everything looks shiny like gold, So everything we were chasing, basically, since we don't have the gold rush in the old ways, like we go to the West Coast digging up for gold, we were basically looking for something else besides gold, but represents gold. People told us to dream big, work really hard, and the world would open up. And we believed it. We believed we could change everything, save the planet, build a better world, make all the pain go away. We were, what is the term again? Uh, we believe we were, very idealistic. That's the word. We were very idealistic. We're gonna clean up the politics, get rid of the corrupt people, um, and make the world a better place. We were going for world peace. But over time, things didn't go the way we planned. Life was a lot harder. People got tired. People who were activists, who wanted to change the world, they got tired. And they started getting families and started working and doing the 9 to 5 and just surviving. And the world got more complicated. The gold that we were all chasing started to fade. It wasn't as bright as it used to be. It's not shining anymore. Some dreams just crumbled. We had so many dreams going up. We're gonna be this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna be do this, we're gonna be millionaires. And some people, a lot, not only some people, but a lot of people gave up on their dreams. Others just got left behind. And a lot of things we thought were solid, like the environment or going after the peace or even establishing truth, started slipping through our fingers. A lot of things change. Before we'll say, we'll work for peace, we'll work for the truth, and all of a sudden we became warmongers or even liars, to try to get ahead, chasing that gold. That song, After the Gold Rush, captures that feeling so well. It's quiet, but it's powerful. There's this part where it talks about being in a burnout basement. And man, me and my cousin Alex, we would hang out in that basement and bring our guitar and just play it till our fingers start bleeding. And that image really sticks with me. It's like standing in the ruins of what we once believed in. Burnout basement, standing in the ruins of once believed in. Like waking up from a dream and realizing things didn't turn out the way we hoped. So, and then they talk about the song about there's this strange, beautiful line about silver spaceships that's taking chosen ones away. It sounds like science fiction, but to me, it means something deeper. It's like the best part of us, our kindness, our hope, our connection to nature, our love for the environment, our love for being a tree hugger, are leaving because we didn't care for them anymore. Our priorities changed. It was for something else already. And that's because we were too busy chasing gold. Too busy trying to be a millionaire, trying to get as much money or material things out there. But here's the thing I've learned. Even if after the gold is gone, life isn't over. It just changes. So even if that after the gold rush, when everything's back to normal, life goes on. We didn't find the gold. We stopped looking for gold. But we're still here. We learned that not everything lasts. That the world isn't perfect. That we're not perfect either. But maybe that's okay. You know, maybe the point isn't to hold on to that gold forever. Maybe it's to learn from what happens after. To look around and ask, what now? To pick up the pieces and keep going. To plant something new in the ashes. To listen. To care. And maybe try again. You know, that song, after the gold rush, it didn't end with anger. It ends with quiet reflections. I mean, maybe that's what we need more of. Not more noise, or more chasing, or more pretending, but just more silence, just more honesty, more learning. So, yes, the gold rush ended, but we're still here. I'm here, you're here, until we die. And there's still something worth saving, worth building, worth singing for, even after the gold is gone. And that's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Have a good day.